So, someone in the chat was talking about how he was telling his wife that he didn't want to vaccinate their baby, and his wife stormed out. What should he do? That's a good response. That means that your wife cares tremendously about your children. That's not bad. That's good. It would be worse if she just didn't care about anything. Right now, your wife, this is my recommendation to everybody out there when it comes to vaccinations, because it's an extremely touchy subject. Both my kids were vaccinated as babies. I don't regret anything because I didn't know any better, but whatever. They're fine. We eat great. But it's obviously, playing Russian roulette there, playing Grabbler roulette. But this is the thing. This is what you should tell your wife in that situation. Say, love, I will vaccinate our kids if all I ask is that you and I sit down and review the contents of each vaccine. That's all I ask. And if you approve of the contents of the vaccine, then you will have my blessing. And that very instinct that made her get mad at you for questioning vaccinations, which is the protective nature of a mama bear, there's no way she will put it in your baby's body. Once you see that there's mercury, which is, remember the Mad Hatter? That's from mercury poisoning. Mercury is poison. Like, there's no argument. Once she sees that there's aborted fetus cells, because at that point, it's not an issue of strength, because a lot of people associate vaccines with health and strength. And I don't know if vaccines work, hypothetically. We were watching Little House on the Prairie. That's our family's go-to show because it has logos. Even though now that I don't watch any television or movies, I almost started crying last night watching Little House on the Prairie because they lost a baby and then his daughter runs away. I was like, ah! Because TV and film become extremely real when you're not just watching constant fear and murder porn and stuff. I'm like, that's why you have to keep staying out of it. All right. Appeal to mama's strengths and desires for her children to be cared for. Yes, the reason she's so no, we got to vaccinate our kids, you crazy lunatic. You're watching these YouTube videos, is because she cares. And that's good. That's not bad. That's the kind of wife you want. And that same quality will just be redirected. Let her come to the decision and genuinely tell her that if she looks at the ingredients of the vaccines and she's okay with it, because I think some probably aren't as bad as others, that you will be okay with it. And then she will say, absolutely not. We're not putting that into our baby. That's my advice for that. And this is coming from a guy who took a flu shot 3 years ago because Amy was pregnant and I didn't want to get her sick. I got sick and I felt real gay for 3 days. I'm just kidding about the gay part, but total poison. And I've been there. I wasn't vaccinated as a kid, obviously, because my mom has just been dialed. My mom was dialed into some of the stuff that I hear on these truther channels decades ago. It's crazy. But that's the advice I give you, because do not let these issues break the family. The family is your base. And so when you bring these ideas like what is going on in Antarctica, blah, 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 and if you feel tension and stress, really analyze it and be like, is this coming from a good place that's misdirected? And if that's the case, just talk it out with your husband or wife. Because they're coming from a good place. People aren't against anti-vaxxers because they hate their babies. It's because they love their babies. And they associate vaccines with strength when really vaccines are not strength.